Hey guys, welcome back to Maxcast Dawn of War Unification. Today I have the semi-finals of the Unification Summer Invitational for you. On the left side we have Biggie Cheese, also known as Vasa Ogrin, playing the Orks. And on the right side of the map we have number 6567 playing the Necrons. Map is Meeting of Minds, also known as the only map Dawn of War has always to offer. As usual, I try to get the overlay working this time with the war resource as well. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. What was I about to say? Yes, about the factions. Vasa Ogrin's first pick was Imperial Fists. We saw him played against KPR in the round of 8 and he won. But Number banned the Imperial Fists. And the second pick for Vasa Ogrin was Death Guard, which also got banned by Number. And Number plays Necrons, which is his first pick and was not banned by Vasa Ogrin. So we have a more or less very classic matchup. Necrons versus Orks. I've seen this many times in Vanilla. I've seen it a couple of times in Unification. And on this very map I've seen it also quite a lot. So we had a very early decap going on with the Builder Scarabs. If you do not get the Builder Scarabs decap, this is very much wasted time. Let's talk about the opener. We have 2 sluggers. 3 sluggers. Yeah, so this is the opener you want to go. No, it's the standard opener. Slugger, shooter into Big Mac. Recommended against Necrons is normally the 3 slugger opener for faster map control and more melee. And for Number we have only 4 Builder Scarabs into Necron Lord into the 5th Builder Scarab. So he is playing a little cautiously, you could say. So he is how should I say, wary that there's an early attack of the Big Mac or something. But he is lucky that he got shooter boys against him. Normally, as I said, you want to go 3 sluggers and then into fast storm boys. Because against Necrons you cannot go toe-to-toe in range pretty much. These Necron warriors are too tanky. And as soon as they have the upgrades or you have solar pearls against you, the shooter boys are more or less useless. So I'm keen to see how it works out here. The Necrons actually being the one aggressive here. Normally you would think that the Big Mac is also already in the Necron space. We will see how this pans out. So this is melee. This melee normally the Necron Lord loses. I'm find it interesting that he goes into melee. You normally do not want to go into melee with the Big Mac, especially with the support knight, and you will just lose him. Taking so much damage on the Necron Lord this early isn't very good, especially as you have no way to quickly regen now. Yeah, now that I think about it, I will probably not include the war resource because you can just see it. It's the 25 minus 14 is the 11. So I will not include the war resource as it is not really a resource. Okay, Necron Lord still being a nuisance here. Normally, yes, you need to go to do a counter attack. Normally the obelisk is not a prime target. There's no turret in the base yet. The first Necron warrior squad is out, so there's no real defense. You can go for the generators. So offense on the obelisk isn't the greatest thing. And now the shooters pay dividends. They will continue killing down this Necron Lord, and Necron will not be able to kill this listening post as it is prepared. So this is a good play from Vasa Ogrin here, keeping it alive. Very aggressive pile of guns in the middle of the map. Now we have the Big Mac killing some Necron warriors. But yeah, you should go for the gens here, really. Cap going on here, but also the decap. No criticals yet taken for the Orks. There's even a second shooter boy squad, or is it the first one? I think it is the first one. We will look in a moment. We now look what this generator is about to. Okay, 1 generator going down. That's good. If possible, you need to take it down a second, but now there's a second Necron warrior squad here, so he teleports out on this side to take down the Necron Lord if possible, but the Necron Lord teleports out. There's 1 shooter boy here. So we have 2 shooter boys, right? There's another one. Where is it? Here, it's just standing here for now. So the shooter boy, he's more about shooter boys this time. I mean, if you get the bigger shooters, what is it called? Big shooters? Yeah, big shooters, they can deal with Necron Warriors, but not the default layout. So he can actually go for the big shooters now that he has the pile guns, so he could and should be able to get the big shooters. We have 2 shooter boys, so if he goes for shooter boy must, you want to go for a third one at some point. Adding some war banners here and there, so he is closing in for tier 2. How is it for number? He is also queued up as tier 2 with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 generators. So he's at when this finishes of 80, income to 150 and 20. I would say this is even to a little bit in Necron's favor. Orks want to cap their points, like also these points, and also could cap if they are really aggressive the enemy critical relic. Even a minefield here, so this is very much no way for the Necrons going in there, but the Necrons are happy to fight in the middle of the map. Some flayed ones here tying up the shooter boys, so this is very dangerous situation here. We have sluggers going into melee with the Necron warriors. There's a knob leader, I see him, and there's no more choppy yet, but he has no power claw, but they keep up themselves. There's a Big Mac getting his elbows out. Is the Necron Lord here anywhere? I don't see it. And flayed ones doing what they can do best, being annoying being annoying as fuck. There was a teleportation, I think it was the Necron Lord, right? And now they go back. So this is all buying time in the end. For Necrons we have now 1, 2 slugger boys and 2 shooter boys and the Big Mac. So all the Orks, and quite a lot of Orks it is. This is 10 slugger boys in this squad, 10 in this one as well, 8 and 8 fully refilled. This is 36, 37 Orks here, so they have the war bonus that they do not take any morale damage here. It's I think 10 or it's 15, I think 15 Orks in close area. So these guys, yeah, see, as soon as they are next to their Ork buddies, their morale instantly restores. But is he tier 2 now? He is tier 2 and getting now Wraith with Wraith Flight upgrade, I think. I would at least suppose so. And yeah, these guys, yeah, they are glowing, so this is going to be annoying. More choppy upgrade is there. Tier 2 is there for Vasa Ogrin as well. He needs to decap this, and yeah, I'm not sure what he needs to do. The question is this... No, the Greater Summoning Core is getting built up, so he is... yeah, the Necrons closing in the place in the match where they want to be. More choppy upgrade will help, but I don't see any... Storm Boys. Storm Boys would be very much needed here. Storm Boys can jump in, but we have now also upgraded turret here, so this is very hard to come by. We have 1, 2 upgraded obelisks as well, shooting under beams if possible. This poor shooter boy is surviving on 1 model. Did not decap this one, it's not attacking those. He can easily kill this obelisk, and he should do so. And on this side he could attack maybe. No Forbidden Archive, so no upgrades for the Necron Lord. Is the Necron Lord still alive? He is, he's just standing there in the back. Tier 2 is up. Do we see some knobs? More shooter boys. Okay, he goes for vehicles. Probably a Ducker jet, if I would have to make a bet. Is this another shooter boy squad is the question, because... one... No, the second one. And, ooh, we see the Ancient Pyramid, so it's Pharaon time. And is it a... No, it's a war track, okay. I was almost certain that we see a Ducker jet, because it's so good. And we have the first Tomb Blade out, more Wraith coming in. No, what I called again, the Sniper's Death Marks yet. Is he building some? He's not, so he has 1 Tomb Blade and going into the... So what faction is he going for? Sortek Dynasty. But that's why we don't see any Forbidden Archive, because he wants to go into Immotech the Stormlord. There he goes. Let's go. It's the first dynasty you can activate, I think. The Stormlord has... Oh! I should have should have watched my own guides. I'm not sure what he can do. Is it the improved lighting field or something? I guess so. More Wraith coming in, getting killed. The Tomb Blade is getting focused down. What do we have to upgrade? We have the Twin Shooters, which is very good against infantry, and here we have the Lich Guard, which provides, I think, a defensive bonus while they are attached. Look at the speed of those guys. Necrons normally being slow, and those guys just sprinting around. A lot of tank busters actually. I'm sure. I think he thought there would be more vehicles, but now we have Imotech the Stormlord and his Lich Guard taking down these guys. The Lich Guard can reinforce more. No, it's only 5 models. I wasn't aware of that. They killing this. We have a big engagement over here, trying to kill the pyramid or what? A lot of what I say, tank busters, as I said, but the income is the problem. He did not go for income upgrade yet. The first one, that is. The Tomb Blade will go down here, especially since there's now melee as well. So the Tomb Blade will go down, but we have like Imotech the Stormlord. Oh, this is the improved lighting field. We are just seeing it now. Jesus fucking Christ. This is a lot of damage. He's repairing, but it's cost so much resources. We now have the war track here with his twin shooter, but they're just killing the HQ. Jesus. This is so crazy. So freaking crazy. Those guys over here are still fighting, but the HQ, will it survive? They will take down one model at some point. There's so much stuff. There's a we will have the HP here, and we will go over here and see what's going on. More meleeing. Shooter boys shooting down Wraith. The settlement is almost going down. We have it on the southern edge. We have here now. There are the first death marks, second death marks, another Tomb Blade coming in. So this is looking really grim. The settlement is still alive, barely being repaired, and I think this is so sad. He's more or less winning the fight here, or starting to lose it, that is. But all the time he has to put so much resources in repairing here, and now the HQ is going down. Oh, this is quite butt clincher here, by quite the this is gotta be infuriating having a Stormlord with his Lich Guard being absolutely super tanky and having the improved lighting field and killing your HQ. Especially works well, I think, against Orks, as they have stuff literally made out of wood and scrap and stuff. So yeah, so the problem for this game was that Vasa Ogrin was too passive in the early game. You want to have, as I said, 3 Slugger Boys quite quickly and a Big Mac, and then you want basically have 1 Slugger Boy capping the map after you got your points, and then have 1 or 2 Slugger Boys squads with your Big Mac just pounding on these generators non-stop. So the econ in the end was still only 80. So if you killed a few generators, he would have to spend quite a lot of power into these generators. Not even a bigger generator was tried to get up. So let's see what map Vasa Ogrin picks for the second game of this best of 5. And here we are in the second game of the best of 5 of Vasa Ogrin playing the Orks on the left side versus map number 6567 playing the Necrons on the right side of the map Crest's Triumph. This map, I haven't said it, but the first map, Meeting of Minds, is rather balanced in the matchup. This map, I would say, is Orc favored. If you can get how should I say, a contain going over here, you can get it if you are really aggressive in the early game. He gets Generator and Boys Hut, and do we see? No, he's still getting the same opener, but he gets Scratch and Infiltration very early, so I'm interested what he wants to go for. And for number, we have the same opener. 4 Scarabs into Necron Lord, into the 5th Scarab, and then probably a couple of Necron Warriors. Getting Shooter Boys again, so again, not as I said, not the optimal opener. You want to have 3 Slugger Boys and want to go melee skip shooter boys entirely and go for 2 squads of storm boys with the more choppy upgrade to harass the generators as much as possible. So we have a good capping order here. 1 squad capping the base and then capping the outer points. Now we have a very early cap of this point just to be annoying, to buy some time so that the slugger boys and the shooter boys will not knock at this point as early. Normally I see a lot of Necron players or in general getting this point because this gives you access to this area, but this getting this is very cheeky. Now he will use this builder scarabs probably to either go for a decap or just use their insane scouting radius, look at it, to see where the opponent is. Necron Lord getting up from his slumber and then teleporting out, taking this to be done listening post very quickly and getting a decap, so very good for a number here. We have the shooter boy now getting in an aggressive stance. Do we have the Big Mac out? No. And that's one thing, if you get the 3 slugger boys from the settlement, you have an earlier Big Mac. So then you would have already 3 slugger boys and the Big Mac on the field, so the Big Mac could challenge the Necron Lord right away here. I hope he's teleporting in and trying to... I mean, yeah, you lose the initiative. If you're teleporting in, the Necron Lord teleports out, so... And the Necron Lord has faster teleport... how should I say... teleport cooldowns. So we now getting aggressions here, but aggression infiltration is not very useful against the Necrons, I have to say, because the builder scavs detect the raids, there's a lot of detection and quite a big detection range. Yeah, the next build scav is actually getting the whole point here and getting an obelisk, so this is not very good. Decap going on here, even a cap, and now trying to get close to these Necron warriors. The Necron warriors do have quite a big disruption, but you can kill them in melee. We have another commander duel here, and as I said, the Big Mac will win this time, will this 1-on-1 all day, every day. But if he goes again for the Pharaons, this is part of his plan to use his Necron Lord, probably use its HP of the Necron Lord basically as a resource, as getting some time, upgrading his points. Very nice, very nice. 2 upgraded points now, getting this point up and this point not, getting this point maybe, but there's 2 squads of Necron warriors getting fully reinforced, it seems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So going for plus 70 income. And now Necron warriors in range combat where they want to be against these poor shooter boys. Okay, there they come. The Big Mac joins the slugger boys into melee. There we go. Tying these guys up. Necron Lord is there as well. 22 pop, so only 1 war banner. How's it looking for number? He's now getting the summoning core, so he prepares to tech up. The builder scarab is being annoying as they like to be, getting this obelisk, buying time. Second shooter boy, as I said, against Necrons, shooter boys is normally not the best option. You see why. Just going for shooter boys, and I think if you go for shooter boys, you want to go for 3 to have a big mass of shooter boys relatively early. He has quite a lot of resources, so yeah, he goes for another for the pile of guns actually. So I would like to see another shooter boy squad, pile of guns finishing 3 squads of shooter boys with heavy with big shooters, and then annoy the enemy from, I think you can shoot this generator maybe even. So we will see. This points out 2 shooter boys it is. Killing down the scarabs very well. This is what shooter boys can do actually, killing the builder scarabs really fast, whereas the slugger boys will take quite a while. This obelisk is being rebuilt. We have 104 and 30 against now the probably 70, 80 now. Okay, I miscalculated, and I saw 1 squad of flayed ones again before the tech up, if I'm not mistaken. Was I mistaken? No, there's 1 squad of flayed ones in the base, ready to defend. So he takes this point, takes this one. Is he getting the big shooters? He is, but only on 2 squads. And a little misplay here, having the Big Mac back there capping. Your Big Mac needs to stay with your shooter boys all day, every day. But only a small misplay, they just move back. But as I said, with only 3 shooter boys you will not go very far. You want to have 3 or only 1 or just skip them. As I said, skipping them is recommended here. Very defended point here, but Necrons are not going to attack. Tier 2 is almost done. Tier 2 for the Orks is also about to be done. Yeah, 2 war banners and then he's tier 2. And what I would really like to see is a Nob squad. Nob squads can also run into the enemy base. Get a Nob squad, get your Big Mac attached to a Nob squad, and yeah, they will just go ham. You can teleport in and kill generators for days. So he's, yeah, as I said, Vasa Ogrin not playing the matchup as it is used to be, but we will see. Getting the heavy boy armor now, having some resources on the bank, so he can get a Nob squad immediately or get the mech shop if he wants to. No Nobs yet. Tank busters actually. Okay. No tanks out yet. Or is he trying to get infiltrated tank busters into the enemy base? And killed some gens. I'm a little puzzled by this, I have to say. Where did he spend his power on? Is there more tank busters? I thought he had more power. Getting another blast, the upgrade for his shooter boys, 2 shooter boys, squads, 2 slugger boys, now the tank busters. Yeah, I'm not really sure. Ah, he got his power for the more income, which is nice, but I said tank buster spam. You want some Nobs. Nobs is the obvious answer here. I mean, for Orks you can never go wrong with Nobs if you ask me. All the while there's tier 2.5 finishing up for the Necrons, being more or less uncontested here, which is unheard of. Tank busters now here for disruption. I'm not really sure. The tank busters are only really good against tanks, as the name suggests. They're even good in melee against tanks. And if you use them, you want to get the infiltration as well from the HQ. It's rather cheap, and if you spam them as he is, you might as well get it. A lot of tank busters. Interesting choice. This reminds me a bit of the game I cast him where he played Dark Eldar and got raiders and more raiders and some more raiders. So he has some unique tactics, I have to say, Vasa Ogrin. I'm interested how they pan out when you have just a lot of them. Is it like non-stop disruption? I guess this is the plan, non-stop disruption. I mean, I can see it working if you have like a lot of disruption, then your shooter boys go in like crazy. But the damage isn't the greatest. So let's see what he's going for. He could add a mech shop, but he's now busy reinforcing all his squads, it seems. Not all of these tank busters are reinforced fully yet, or are they? I guess, yeah, they are about to. Now he can more or less quickly kill this obelisk. Okay, he's again getting Lich God, again getting the Sortek dynasty, I guess, with the Stormlord Imhotech. Or Immo, I will just look how he is spelled once it is out. A lot of Orks, I have to say, and a lot of Necrons being in the back here. So we have again this defensive Lich God, 4 models. How is he spelled? Imhotech, yeah, I said it right. Imhotech the Stormlord. There's a whole bunch of Orks here, Jesus. And he's got even the Nob leader for the tank buster. He got a Nob leader in this version. 2 squads tank buster. He's getting... he has not enough resources. I was really stupid. He got a mech shop and I said he can get a Dagger jet, but Dagger jet obviously is from the air tower. Jesus Christ, this was stupid me last game. Ouch, 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 ouch. Improved lighting field on this bunch of war banners. Jesus, setting his tech back to tier 1. Oh, ow, ow, ow. Can he even get stuff now? Or he can get Deathcopters at least. But still, he's getting back to the Stone Age. He is. This is still Slugger Boys, right? Yeah. No Nob Squad either. So I mean, the Deathcopters will do nice damage, but still, he's now rebuilding his war banners elsewhere. But still, this is really dire, really big attack on his tech. And is he killing Lich Cloud models? Yeah, pretty expensive reinforcements. Yeah, that's right. They are really tanky. They are now the Deathcopters. Deathcopters are very good against infantry. Are they trying to get these death marks? I guess he could also try to kill down this Chemotech, but yeah. He is really something else. Quite a counter to anything melee, I have to say. Really big, really loud noises coming from these Deathcopters. I'm not sure if you can hear me. The Deathcopters will open fire here. All the buildings firing, but it's I don't play this. So he is getting salty, and I can see why. Yeah, they explode in absolutely rubbles here. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. They are strong, I have to say, but he's not harassing the Necrons at all this game. No harassment. No, so you see 3 Tomb Blades, 2 Death Marks. So basically all Necrons ever want with an economy of 100. So he got the first upgrade, but even going for tier 3 now, like the problem of this game was even more than the first game. No even attack on the generators. It's a map with this ridge here, so you can only walk here, but if you have like 2 Storm Boys, you can jump over here, jump back out, so it can be really annoying, really aggressive against these generators that have been overcharged, as you can see here. So they could have been don't want to say easily killed, but they could have been killed, as I said. And also in tier 2, the transition is not into tank busters, the transition is into knobs, and these knobs are what allows you to stay longer in the base and kill more gens, or even kill Necron units and stuff. Okay, this is now a 2-0. Let's see if Vasa Ogrin figures it out on the 3rd map. Let's see what map he chooses. And here we are on the 3rd map of Big E Cheese, also known as Vasa Ogrin versus Mad number 6567. This time it is Blood River, Necrons versus Orks. And Blood River is known for one thing and one thing only, and we see it here. Is it a cheese build? I think it is. Absolutely super mega cheese build that I... Come on, tell me. What the heck? Ah, it's mine. Oh, this is interesting. And there's also like a really cheesy build where you get an HQ right next to the enemy. I'm not sure if it works against Necron. I have never tried it actually. I should try it. You can build with the starting resources, more or less you can get a second HQ, or maybe need a generator, but then you can build an HQ next to the enemy and have it with his with its turrets firing. But yeah, he forced a ghost turret after the second generator, so this is quite a lot of investment. He can cancel this minefield now, get all his resources back. And this is, yeah, Blood River is all about this offensive capping. If you get these points, and Mad Number changed his plan. He's getting the Necron Warrior after the 3rd Builder Scarab, now getting the 4th Builder Scarab, now getting Necron Lord even before the 5th Builder Scarab. So he is in defense mode, and yeah, we have 1, 2, 3 Slugger Boys now. Very delayed Boys Hut. So interesting opener. He's had not cancelled it, so he lost the 50 power and 50 requisition. The 50 power is what hurts the most. He should have cancelled it. The opener, I think it was really nice, forcing this ghost turret, which is very expensive. Basically, it's another generator which you do not have, and now he's trying to get the map getting his part of the map. He has finished getting this 2 relics. You want to get the 2 relics. You do not want to go to this critical location yet. You want to get this very far away relic from the Necrons actually. And you can also try to get this critical location in the middle. He's getting the critical locations on the outside. Interesting. Now getting the Big Mac. Yes, after 3 Slugger Boys. Yeah, good opener, good idea. The Blood River map is known to be Orc favored in this matchup because you can, if you're aggressive enough, let Necrons only have the 3 points and yeah, get them to get a turret, even force them to upgrade the obelisk. And as you said, he forced him to build Necron warriors before getting all his builder scraps out, so this is also a benefit you can go or can have. Now the Big Mac is out, getting now a war banner, another war banner, and then you can get, if you have a generator. So he didn't have a generator or a war banner, so this is very peculiar opener for Vasa Ogrin here. But yeah, he forced quite a lot of defense, and we have only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 generators. So he's now at 60 income, about to be 70, and also already getting the summoning core. So he's not very greedy this time. Number he thinks there's something up. And is this a fast tier 2 now? Is this a fast tier 2? There's a lot of war banners yet, but no pile of guns yet. I don't think you can get knobs without a pile of guns, do you? So you want to have the pile of guns now and another banner, and then you could go very early knobs, like really early knobs, and this could be disastrous for the Necrons here. They had to spend a lot of resources defending, even getting the summoning core out now, which you normally want to get a little later, I think. Don't quote me on that. Now getting generator and a pile of guns, and then a war banner, and then you're good to go for some very early knobs. Is tier 2 going? No, there's no tier 2 going for Necron. Is he going? No, also no upgrades. I think he has not a lot of resources. He has, so he wants to go for tier 2, I think. Cancelling this Necron warriors will be necessary, I think. Even getting some burners here. Interesting. Getting some flayed ones again to fight this horde of orcs. Now pile of guns is finished. Necron warriors coming in. 2 squads of Necron, 3 squads of Necron warriors. The Necron Lord getting again into a fight with the Big Mac where he do not want to be. Yeah, it immediately teleports out. Getting an aggressive teleport. I'm not sure if there's some teleport juice back up for the Big Mac, but he wants to help his friends over here. No infiltrated regents wouldn't be very useful as well. So what does he go for? Probably, yeah, the heavy boy armor. So he's very low eco. Ogrin, what's the Ogrin that is? A very low eco is the biggest problem. He has quite a lot of power, but he cannot spend it really. Getting the stick bombers out this time, and storm boys. Stick bombers are basically, you can think of them as sluggers but with stick bombs, and every model has a stick bomb. So if you lose a model or if you reinforce a model, you can have another stick bomb, and they have all their individual cooldown. So you can, yeah, you should reinforce them and get then more stick bombs out. So this is an interesting game as well. Stick bombers, storm boys out here, but the economy is the biggest problem. He has now the tools to fight this, but he has not the economy. The 3 gens was too much. Only 1 or maybe 2 would have been enough. No upgraded listing posts either, because he's getting all his income into this. Tier 2 is now finishing or finished. Getting flayed ones out here and probably reinforcing them before getting back into the monolith. Slight overcharge here and there to get some more resources. Necron warrior upgrade, so he's now getting Necron warrior mass. 3 Necron warriors yet, and there are some storm boys now. So this is now turning out to be a little more classic in the unit choice, but yeah, the economy is the biggest problem for Vasa here. He needs to upgrade his listing post ASAP. He has so much power he can upgrade all his listening posts probably he has, and he should. He should. Upgrade the listening post. No, he gets another listening post. Okay, and then he really should upgrade all his points. And now we have a fourth squad of Necron Warriors, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 squads of Necron Warriors getting the first upgrade. Do they get the second one? Not yet. You can get 2 upgrades, and you can also get general infantry upgrades, which increases the regeneration and increases the chance of having your units up. Those have the Gauss Reapers, I can see it. So the shotguns. And yeah, they will take down this listening post, no problemo. A lot of economy for, a lot of float for for Vasa Ogrin here, so he could go for a quick air tower after this, or a neck shop. He should build it as soon as he can and get some vehicles out, because he has the power to could do so. You hear it like the big explosion. This is the stick bombers going into melee. I'm not sure about the actually melee capabilities, but yeah. They like explosions. And there's more Necrons here. Necrons Warriors got in the middle, flayed ones. It looks like a tier 1.5 push, but it's actually tier 2 push. Is he getting more upgrades? Yeah, he's getting the Awakened Necrodermis, which is the upgrade which I said increases the regeneration and increases the chance of the units getting back up after being killed. Getting the air tower now. Is he getting the Deathcopters? Would be much should I say, I would recommend it very much to get the Darker Jet, and he's now getting it, not the Deathcopters, the Darker Jet it is, of course. The Darker Jet is very potent. If Number recognizes it, he could go for I'm sorry, for the models, and the models are really good against infantry as well if you give them the Tesla carbine, so it would be a blind choice. But the economy is so low, only 56 and 30 against 80, so very big economy advantage for Number here. So this is now turning out to be very grim, as he cannot reinforce his stuff. He has not the resources to keep his Orks reinforced. Orks are very requisition hungry, and yeah, slip up in the build order, I would say. Trying something that he probably has never tried before with the minefield on the enemy base, and yeah, it all was very delayed and fell apart very early on with his low economy. Getting a second Darker Jet now. Darker Jet getting focused on by all these guys here. It's an aircraft, so it will take a while for these anti-infantry weapons to deal the damage, but yeah, GG is called. It's a 3-0 after all. Very decisive showing of Number, getting the very powerful Stormlord Imhotech in the first 2 games, and now getting a little more defensive and standard play with Necron Warrior Mars here, getting the infantry upgrades and getting more and more Necron Warriors, getting basically all his resources in the upgrades of these Necron Warriors, and the Necron Warriors itself are free. Kind of, you know, the squad is free, but the reinforcement is not. So he used the resources he saved from it to get all the upgrades, I guess. Okay, so it's a 3-0, so congratulations to Number for reaching the finals. Vasa Ogrin has a chance to get the 3rd place. And yeah, which as their opponents will be, we will see in the next game I will cast. It will be Creed against Custom King. And the winner of those will fight Number in the finals, and the loser of those will fight Vasa Ogrin for the 3rd place decider. The 3rd place, just to remind you, still gets some money for grabs. It's €5, so they are still there to fight it out. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this tournament as much as I do. Yeah, keep the comments going, and yeah, as usual, guys, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.